Invited me up here, so might as well continue to rip you a new one. So Chandler Hickebottom, you know where I live. I just want to talk about, I'm going to, switch everything up right now. We're going to talk about what's going on with the chief election. I just want to know, why in these three particular people are now deciding that they want to run for chief? We have McIntosh, who was involved in the death of Darryl Mount. The murder, actually the execution of Darryl Mount, because I don't know if he was the one who pushed him, but he was involved. He was one of them. Maybe he was one of the ones that were taking photos. I don't know. We'll never find out since there's no transparency. And now let's go down to that nice little post, that cute little post that you made just, a day after we had a protest, and we talked about all of the things that you did not do, all of the things that you told us you were going to do, the promises that you made for this town, and you did not follow through. One of them particularly was the CPRB. You want to talk about how you've done such a great job with that. You elected one person so far, from what I know. And every person that you seem to select, you have tokenized them. You have decided that these are going to be the correct people because they follow the right stances. They are the correct black people to initiate and put up front, not the radicalized people that have ideas of abolishment of the police, which I do. Because at the end of the day, the three people that you have decided these are the people that we're going to put in order. The next person is Veach, right? We got Veach, whose family member, I don't know what his relation is. I could really give a fuck. He covered up everything that happened with the Darryl Mount case. He lied to the press. He lied to all of the people of this community. So why would you now decide that you would like to have someone that represents that family to now be a chief of Saratoga Springs? It's strategic because you know that we are looking into the death, or should I say again, the execution of Darryl Mount. You want to suppress our voices. You want to suppress the voices of activists. You want to suppress the voices of stakeholders in this community.
Can you wrap up?
No, I'm not going to wrap up because you asked me up here, so I'm going to keep going. There's a lot of things to talk about. The homelessness, the fact that you have not done anything to affect the homeless. I'm not going to.
Let the next person speak, and then you can come back.
No. It's Black History Month, actually. So I'm going to use my blackness to have a conversation with you, since you never want to have a conversation with us directly. You've never actually taken the time to have a conversation with us. And we know that you won't ever have a back and forth, specifically with Saratoga Black Lives Matter. You have said that you want to have a back and forth with us, but you've never extended that invitation. We've opened up for the invitation to have conversations with you, and you have still not done anything with those conversations that we have had with you. The few little second conversations that we've had with you, what changes have you put into place? Nothing. You made sure to have conversations with us in the very beginning. When you were running for election, you made sure to have conversations with us then. Because what did you want us to do? You wanted us to make sure that we put you in power. And then you did nothing with the power that you currently have. You do exactly what you can to get the black vote, so that we can go ahead and put you in power. And then again, you do nothing for the black community. Exactly. It's actually despicable. You have one black person that is up here trying to represent us, and they do not represent us in any sort of way. The privilege that they have does not represent us.
I'm going to ask you to wrap up, please. We've got some
I don't think I want to. I don't really care who's behind me, honestly, at this point.
Can you please wrap up?
Because at the end of the day, the problems that continuously happen, there's blood on your hands. You want to talk about blood on people's hands for an incident that happened not even in Saratoga Springs. I don't care. It's not relevant to this right now, because what you did is you started fear-mongering. What you're doing is you're continuing to fear-monger. You talk about what the Jesus-like thing would be to do. What Jesus did was wash the feet of the poor. That's what I learned when I was actually going to St. Peter's Church. That's what I did when I was at St. Peter's Church. So it's really funny that St. Peter's runs this school, and they don't teach the same values to their students. They don't teach the same values to the parents. And then they come up here and they act like they are Christ-like, that they are God-like, and they don't do anything that sits here and does God-like work. They don't even show up to a soup kitchen. What type of sense does that make?
I'm closing the public hearing now.
No, I don't think you are, because I think there's plenty of other people that are going to come up here and be representative of the poor people in this community.
Can we just? I've asked you to sit down. You know.
Should I keep talking?
Can we?
No, okay. I thought I was going to keep talking anyways. Yeah, let's go back to Jason. Let's go back to every single person on this city council. You do absolutely nothing. You don't show up for your black community. You don't show up to the Black Lives Matter events. Why don't you sit down? I don't need to. Show your racism, baby girl. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. No, I don't need to. Who the fuck are you? I don't listen to Massa at all. I don't listen to Massa at all. Because you out here showing your white supremacy.
Okay. I'm going to entertain. I'm going to move to adjourn. Is there a second?
At the end of the... Nope, I'm not going
anywhere. All in
anywhere.
favor?
I don't care what he's doing.
Officer, sit down.
I don't care what he's doing.
I'm going to ask you to sit down, please, now. We have to move on with the meeting.
Exactly. There's no harassment. There's nothing wrong. I'm just having a conversation because you don't seem to want to have a conversation here.
Someone is speaking and you're talking to them one-on-one. Why are you not asking the police officer to back up? You want to talk about trauma? That police officer abused me.
Physically touched my sister.
All right.
You want to talk about trauma? To stand here and watch him come up on my sister for speaking?
I'm asking you to sit down.
I don't give a fuck about what you're asking. You literally are screaming at her to sit down while he walks up on her the way he just did.
I'm just asking
and
you.
These are the people that are supposed to protect and serve. These are the people that are supposed to be here to make sure that I can...
How come you don't ask her to stop yelling from the background when you ask everyone else to be quiet?
We're going to
adjourn it. Do what you got to do. But guess what? I'm going to keep being here. I'm going to keep disrupting.
Can I have a vote?
I don't really care.
Lisa, we're going to vote on adjourning.
The fact of the matter is, the only person that shows up to any of our events, the only person that does anything is this person right here. And he deserves a congratulations. Because thank you for showing up and doing exactly what you're supposed to do as a city council member. Show up. You make sure you show up to Pride events, but you don't show up to anything that pertains to Black Lives Matter. You make sure to show up to women's events, but you don't show up to anything that pertains to Black Lives Matter. I don't care that you showed up to Saratoga Youth Safe Space and sang a random weird-ass song that actually got my group in trouble because they found the lyrics and then we got in trouble and they said that they didn't want any parts of us, which had nothing to do with us. That was you, Manita. You ruined that for us. And I don't... Yes, you did.
Wait, first of all, they just offered to sing a song.
And I know that they did. And guess what? The lyrics that were left behind were then said that they were inappropriate. And then they did not want us to come back.
Okay, we can talk
based
about
on those things.
I'm happy to talk about this.
All right.
So
I'll set up
again,
a time.
what you have done is you've continuously shown us that you do not care about the black community.
Right.
Where were you for Tyree
ask
Nichols?
for us to
Specifically you, Jason. Where were you for Tyree Nichols? Why didn't you come up and show your face?
Yeah, just,
I would like to know, why didn't you come and show your face?
right.
Because it makes absolutely
I'll call
no
the question.
sense. We have
All
black
in
and
favor?
brown people
Aye.
on the city council that
All
did
in
not
fa-
show
are
up.
you gonna vote
You do
or-
not show up for Daryl Mount.
gonna vote
You
or
do
is
not
it-
show up for Tyree Nichols. You don't show up for any black person.
We're gonna.
But what you
I'm
do
gonna-
is when you want to run for election, at that point, that's when you're looking for the black vote. That's when you want us. That's when you want to show up for us. Suddenly, it's when you could shake hands with the black community.
Right.
I don't really care who supports me or not. I don't care. I don't care. You never listen to the black community, and guess what? Today you are going to listen to the black community. Jim, you should be listening to the black community. You're part of the problem with the black community. You don't show up for the black community, but what you do is make sure that we are seen as ghetto. You make sure that our music is seen
Camille,
as gangster rap.
I've met with them. Come on, Camille. Camille, I've met with them.
You have met with us one time. You have met with us one time. One time you met with us. One time you met with us. And you want to pat yourself on the back now for showing up for the black community.
Post about Tyree Nichols and not follow up on it.